Hey, everybody, welcome to today's show. Welcome to Advocate Information Highway. I'm your host, Anthony Lorito-Duke, and we have two great topics for today's show, in which the first one is labels are not a bad thing, nor do they limit people. People just want too many changes. The second topic of today's show is femmes in a gay relationship should be treated like women, and they have the right to be. So let's get right into the first topic. Labels are not a bad thing, nor do they limit people. People just want too many changes. Now let's get right into with the labels part, okay? Because I hear so many people blaming labels for everything. Oh, I don't like to be labeled. It's all about label, label, label. That's a problem. No, the labels are not the problem. You are the problem, okay? Because I'll give you a perfect example. Let's say you're shopping in a supermarket, okay? And we all know that different products can look very similar, okay? So let's say if you go into a supermarket and you see two different items that look very similar, and you don't know which one's which, and you don't know which one is the one, which you don't know which is the item that you want to purchase. So how are you going to determine which is the one that you're looking for to purchase? Hence, the label. People would read the label to see which each product is. And that way they'll be able to know which is the product that they're looking for to purchase. Okay? Now, many people out there love to read the ingredients and the calories and stuff like that. And how do they do that? By reading the label. Okay? With labels, you know what the hell you're getting. Seriously. You know what the hell you're getting. And labels do not limit people. People limit themselves. And people just want to use labels as the excuse. Labels limit me. Labels limit me. No, labels are not the things that limit you. You limited yourself. Stop blaming everything else and everybody. Honestly. So, but people want too many changes as well. And I'll give you a perfect example. Within the LGBT community, for decades upon decades and decades and decades, it was always four simple little letters. Four simple letters. LGBT. No big deal, right? Not a problem. Simple four letters, and everyone knew what each letter meant. Now, over the years, as time went on, people wanted to change it from LGBT to LGBTQ. All right, 5 letters. Not a big deal, really. All right. Now, so then it went from LGBTQ to LGBTQI. Then it went to LGBTQIA and all this other crap. Honestly, it's been causing a problem, confusing people. And then many of the gay people were saying, "You're supposed to just know what label, what one I want to be under." Oh, nobody's a fucking mind reader. Seriously. And you have an attitude just because they didn't know. Honestly, that's stupid. So then, if you just left the simple 4 letters alone, simple 4 letters, right? And I understand about inclusivity. I do. Here's the thing. When you talk about with the inclusivity, pick which category out of the 4 fucking letters, whichever one you want to be under. 4 fucking categories. Pick which one. Out of the 4. Leave it the fuck alone. Because if you keep doing too many changes and you're confusing people, it's going to become a big problem. Seriously. And then even within the gay community, people are saying, labels limit me. No, the labels didn't do shit to you. You do it to yourself. You created the problem to yourself. You limit yourself. But you just want to point the finger and blame labels instead of taking the responsibility and accountability and pointing the finger at yourself and blaming yourself for your own fuck up, for your own messed up life. Seriously. Don't go blaming labels for anything. Labels didn't do anything to hurt you. People limit themselves. Labels don't hurt anybody. Just like I proved them before. So seriously. But anyways, also since we're on this particular topic, even like for eons and eons, when you saw a gay couple, you knew who was the femme, and you knew who was the macho person. You knew who was the top. You knew who was the bottom. Plain and simple. Really not a problem. You just knew. But people wanted to blame labels and stuff like that and say, labels limit me. Labels don't limit you. You limited yourself. Honestly. And, if I heard so many gay people saying, well, when people try to figure us out, that became a problem. Well, that didn't become a problem. Who gives a fuck if they try to figure you guys out? Who gives a shit? Honestly. They don't pay your bills. Seriously. So, you knew who was who. You knew who was the femme of the relationship. You knew basically who was the man in the relationship. Who cares if other people figured it out? Who cares? Honestly. But people wanted to blame labels and stuff like that. And it's stupid. And even since we're talking about this, personally, I've been for the bathroom bill. I voted yes for it because in many ways, it was the right thing to do. But also at the same time, I do hear the other side, and they make valid points too in many ways. And that's why you have so many states that are for the bathroom bill, and you also have so many states that are against the bathroom bill. And and the bathroom bill, is going to be causing a problem like in schools and stuff like that in many ways. But like if I see many restaurants that that maybe have like one bathroom or something like that, and it's basically co-ed, and so I understand in many ways. I think that should have been the way from the beginning. But that's my own personal opinion. But I also see the other side because the other side makes a valid point too. If a man just dresses up as a woman but goes into a female's bathroom, I see their point, and they're right that could be a problem. They are right. So, but we got to see when time goes on how this how that pans out. But like I said, there's many states that are for the bathroom bill, but there's also states that are against it. And we all have to listen to each other and listen to each other's side and stuff, and maybe at one point come to a common ground and stuff like that. But anyways, we got to see how that pans out in the future. But everybody just has to be able to talk things out and listen to one another and see each other's side and stuff like that. And respect each other's side too. It's not just to be one-sided. Honestly, But anyways, let's get into the second topic of today's show. The femmes in a gay relationship should and have the right to be treated like women. Many people say, well, then why don't they just have the sex change? They shouldn't have to have the sex change if they don't want it. Just because they're the femme of the relationship doesn't mean they have to have the sex change. Honestly. And when you're the partners just have to respect one another. If you know from the beginning who's the femme and who's the man in the relationship, you already knew from the get-go, and you got to respect that. And you got to support one another. That's another big thing. You got to support one another. And just be who you are. You knew who you are from the get-go. Just be that. Just like in a gay relationship, you knew who, for years and years ago, you knew who was the femme in the relationship, and you knew who was the man. And that's to be respected. And you knew who was the top, you knew who was the bottom, basically. And that's okay. That's okay. And who cares about if people figured it out? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what they think. Seriously. If they figured it out, who gives a fuck? Who cares? Really, who cares? They don't pay your bills. Seriously. And but even gay people wanted to blame labels and stuff like that. And they said labels limited me. People figured it out because of labels. No, don't go blaming labels. Labels didn't do anything to hurt you. Seriously. Labels do not hurt people. People hurt themselves. Honestly. People limit themselves. The labels don't do anything. But they just wanted to blame labels for everything, instead of taking the responsibility and accountability in life for their own actions. Seriously. And and people would, I hear so many people saying like, gay people shouldn't hold hands out in public. Why not? Gay people have every right to hold hands out in public, just like any other relationship does. A straight couple has every right to hold hands when they're walking down the street. So do gay couples. It doesn't matter if it's two women, two guys, or a guy and a woman. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But people just want hatred and negativity, and they want to nitpick at every little thing. Honestly. And we have enough problems out there already. Seriously. Stop the negativity. Stop the nonsense. And if you go around saying, well, gay people shouldn't hold hands, well, then maybe straight people shouldn't hold hands. How about that? Maybe a law should be made. Nobody is allowed to hold hands. At all, ever. Would that be the real right way of doing things? No. So just like a straight couple has every right to hold hands when they're walking down the street, so do gay people. So do gay people. Honestly. It doesn't matter if it's two women holding hands, or if it's two guys holding hands, or if it's a guy and a girl holding hands. It does not matter. And it's not like they're having sex right in front of you. To be quite honest, it doesn't matter. It does not matter. Honestly. And if you hear a dog barking, that's my freaking neighbors across the hall. So sorry about that. There's nothing in here. So, sorry about that if you hear that. But anyways, getting back into what I was saying. Doesn't matter. Does not matter if it's to love and respect one another. So, honestly, we really do. There's enough problems out there. We just got to show love and respect to one another now. Come on. It's time to get with the program here, people. Enough with the hatred, enough with the negativity, enough with the nonsense. So, but anyways, before I go, I want to remind all my fans out there about the business that my husband and I have together called AWLDNY. The link to there is awldny.com. You guys could check out all the products on there, and all the products that you see on there, we actually make ourselves. So I wanted to mention that. I also wanted to remind all my fans out there about my other business, my other website that I have called Advocate Information Highway. And the link to there is AIHNY.com. You guys could check out all the pages on there. And on the homepage of my website of Advocate Information Highway, you will see the link to my internet store on Zazzle.com, in which I designed a lot of products, and I have them up for sale on there. Also, if you on the homepage of my website, Advocate Information Highway, you will see the links to the 2 books that I wrote. And if you follow those links, you guys could check out both of my books, and you guys can also purchase both of my books as well. And so with that, take care, everybody. Bye.